everyone, it's Alicia, also known as Vacchiali, and today I'm going to be doing the Raichu makeup tutorial. Alright, so I want to ask you guys, because in my last video I had my camera set up at a different place, and then I have this one at this area. I want you guys to let me know if you guys like it when you're more close to me or when you're farther away. Just let me know. Alright, I'm pinning my bangs back because I finally recut them. I'm so happy. Now I'm going to moisturize as I normally do, which what I will be using is my normal Vino Daily Moisturizing Lotion, as I most normally do. Take that, going to work that into my face. Oh gosh, and my skin is breaking out a little bit because it is currently that time of month, but you guys won't be seeing this for a while. Look at my freckles. They've been really intense recently. Like, these are just all my freckles right here on my nose. They've been really intense. It's probably because I have been wearing foundation and stuff, and I go outside and the sun is on them, kind of thing. But they haven't been this intense in a while because, again, I don't go outside very much. I accidentally got too much, so I'm just gonna rub it into my hands because it's a lotion for all over the body, so might as well. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream because I'm almost out, which I bought a new one that I'll be trying out. You guys will see it pretty soon. I'm pretty close. I probably got 3 days left on this face cream at the moment. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rub it in, and finding, they were out of this face cream, so I have to try a new one. It's a little more expensive. I hope I don't like it as much as I like this one. I hope I don't like it more, because then I won't be sad or disappointed when I have to buy the cheaper stuff, because, you know, that's not fun. Alright, so now I've kind of let my face, just let it kind of soak up for just a minute, and then we're going to prime, because you must always prime. Oh, I forgot to say a little bit about Raichu's palette. Brown and yellow. That's all he is brown and yellow. I looked at his color palette last night, and I was like, oh, pretty simple design. I can really do kind of whatever I want kind of thing. Alright, so, oh, I forgot to get that at Walmart. Gosh darn it. Forgot to get a top coat for my nail polish. Alright, so I'm taking a little bit of my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. As you guys see, I've used it a lot. I really like it. And I just tap it on my under eye. I'll tap it on my other under eye. And then I take it and I bring it right on the side of my nose and right underneath my nose. And then I take and bring it down the bridge. And I know these tutorials are a little long every time. I just want to make sure I'm giving the most in-depth information I can. I put a little bit just in the very center of my forehead. Now I'll take some and I'll put it right here on my little smile lines I have. And I'll bring some of the excess kind of into these pores, like kind of in this like little triangle area. Then I will take some and put it right here. Okay. Now I have primed my face, which is good. I've done that. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder, and I'm going to just lightly dust my face, because I've been really liking that result when I lightly dust my primer and my lotion. And it's like just a quick swirl in the pan, and then I just hit kind of the major areas just to like have some of the powder kind of on my face, but not like really packing it on. The only time because what I do when I wear my mask is I do my like moisturizing primer, I put some color correcting and concealer on, and I do my eyes, and then I will set, of course, like that, and I'll like kind of use more of the powder. Really just working it through. Alright, now I've done that, I'm going to color correct. To use my Wet n Wild little color correcting palette. I only use the yellow. My mom got this for me a while ago, and then a coworker gave me one of hers, and I have like a normal just Dollar Tree concealer one, because you don't want like a bunch, you just want a wash of color, because all you're doing is just neutralizing the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of my finger and I'm going to tap it onto the under eye area, and then I'm going to just get a little bit on my finger and do the same on the other side. Wow, it's quite yellow on here. All right. So now what I am going to do is, let me see where it is. I want a pretty angular look. I'm going to take tape. I shouldn't have color corrected. I forgot I wanted to do tape beforehand. So don't color correct if you're following me. Dang it. We've both made a mistake. But everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. What we're going to do now, we're going to take it. We're going to take our tape, grab it. There's a bird chirping outside. And I'm going to line it up from the very last hair on my eyebrow, which I think I need to pluck those few hairs tonight after I wash my face. I'm going to take, I did a little too much tape, but it's, oh well. I'm going to put tape right there. Then I'm going to take more tape, take a little bit less. Let me just put the tape in the drawer where it belongs. They have tape that's meant for your face, and also I don't do this every day because it is not good for your eyes really to do this, but they have like eye tape that is meant for your eye, but I kind of don't really want to use that too much because it's really not the best for your eye to use. Alright, now I have that on, and there's a couple of cat hairs on the underside of the tape because I have cats. Alright. This is the only thing I ever use for putting down my eyeshadow on. I just ripped the box. It is the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer because I just really like e.l.f. a lot. I use a lot of e.l.f. products. They're really good and they're really freaking cheap. Alright, I always kind of just shake up the first bottle, and I just grab the lightest shade, which is Fair Beige. It's always so satisfying to have a new bottle. I think the brush is a little bit bigger now. I don't know, maybe. So, and I'm going to do the first eye, and then we do the second eye, like the top of it, and then I'll come back. Alright, so take a little bit. I'm going to tap it out. Because the bottom, it's like you really gotta grab product and swirl around the thing, but I use as much as I can until it's like, alright, this is the end. Alright, just really tap the crap out of it. I always kind of smooth the edges with my finger, and I'll bring product, I'll smooth it down again with my finger that doesn't have product, and I bring it up into my brow. Alright, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this brush right here. I'm going to go into the Sailor Moon X ColourPop palette. I'm going to grab that yellow shade that's right here. It's called Justice. And I'm going to tap that on the very outer corner. And it does have, it's like a satin finish, like it has a little glitter in it. I don't really like that, but it's whatever. Smooth out the concealer again because it does like crease when it's brand new too. And in with a little bit more and kind of bringing it inwards just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my Morphe James Charles palette. Are we surprised? Absolutely not. And I'm going to grab the yellow that I used for the last tutorial. Maybe Pikachu one. It's the only yellow shade in the entire palette. And I tapped a little of the excess off, and I'm going to stamp that onto kind of the inner part. I'm going to use that to kind of blend out the edges as well. A little bit of the excess, kind of blend it out. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of that color just to kind of build up the inner crease. Just the tiniest bit. Alright, there we go. Build it up, because the shade on the outside is just slightly darker than the shade on the inside. It's subtle enough for me to slightly justify it. Alright, I'll blend it out. And I'll continue to blend it out. Then I'm going to take my fluffier brush and I'm going to tap a little bit into the yellow again, just like the actual tiniest bit, just to really just kind of blur it all out. I really like the ColourPop formula. Anytime I get any more palettes, it's probably going to be from them because they're so affordable and like really good in general. Alright. The Glitter Brilliance Primer by NYX. I think it's going to be like forever until I run out of this, honestly. Because, you know, like, I mean, I use it every day, but at the same time, it's like I don't use that much of it. I'm tapping it onto the inner portion. I'm going to take the NYX Love You So Mochi palette and I'm going to grab this yellow shade that's right here. And that's what I'm not going to tap on the inner corner. Don't worry about the sound of me just breaking my palette. They're good. They're just fine. Okay. I tapped that some on there and now I'm just going to tap a little bit more and kind of just blend it a little bit so there's not a super harsh line. So that is part of the top done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the brush I would like. I'm going to use this brush right here. It's like this Amazon brush set that my family got me for Christmas years ago. Alright, I'm going to go into the James Charles Morphe palette. I'm going to grab this brown shade right here onto this little brush. I'm going to use it as a eyeliner of all things. So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to just kind of bring it kind of straight over, kind of just straight off the edge, and I'm just going to continue to work it over. I wish I had a brown mascara. I don't have a brown mascara anymore. I used to, but it expired and ran out, so couldn't really use it anymore. And work it all the way into the corner. Now I'm going to just pat the color on top so it just really darkens it up. There we go. So now I'm going to replicate this on the other side and I will be back after I'm done there. Alright, I'm back. As you can tell, the brown's a little bit thicker now. I did that because he has like a lot of brown on him and I thought it was too thin. I'm going to be adding brown and yellow on the bottom still, but I still wanted to add a little more brown. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this off. Go. Alright, now I'm going to look at it and see if there's anything I need to touch up. I think I just need to bring the wing a little bit higher on just the side only. Oh no, I got black eyeshadow on my shirt. Gosh darn it. Alright, hopefully it'll wash out. Oh, wrong side. Okay. There we go. Just a little bit higher. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little towel that I have, just to put a tiny bit of lotion on it. And what you're going to do is you're just going to like kind of tap the lotion off of your skin and kind of, or not the lotion, the powder, whatever you need to clean up. Just kind of sweep it away with that. Now I'm going to reapply the color corrector because I kind of took most of it off when doing that. So it's fine. I'll just throw it on the floor. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now I'm going to tap and tap and just apply it a little bit back because it's like, I don't have to do super intense, but just enough. So now I'm going to apply my foundation. Okay. And I'm going to use L13 in the Healthy Foundation by Physicians Formula. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw on my face. And this foundation isn't like full coverage. My account storage is at 93%. I need to go through and delete a shit ton of my emails. Because now Google is like charging for storage on your freaking emails. So I need to just go delete a bunch. I'll probably like delete 5 pages worth, and then I got a little schoolwork I gotta do today. So after I'm done filming this, I'm gonna do some schoolwork. And then I'm going to probably delete some email stuff while I watch YouTube videos or whatever. Oh, I just stuck my finger in something. So, now I'm going to take my beauty blender, I'm going to blend it down here. Just blend my foundation out. And this foundation, it gives a really natural finish, I would say. But it is pretty, like, it can cement down pretty quick kind of thing. Like, it can be kind of immovable after a point. So. Alright, and I will do my usual where I hit a few spots with just a little bit more foundation because it isn't super full coverage, and I don't want super full coverage. I still want some coverage though. You know, what's really the point of foundation if you're not covering things? I know like sometimes it's like just a natural wash on the face, but I feel like that's for people that already have really, really nice skin. I have decent skin, but I wouldn't say it's perfect. But it's better than it's ever been in my life. And I think that's because I can now afford and buy my own skincare things, and I understand I understand skincare a little more. God. Alright. I'm going to contour my face, and I'm going to use the Pro Concealer, the LA Girl Pro Concealer, in just this brown shade. I got this from a coworker who could not figure out what to use it for. She's like, I can't conceal with this. And I'm like, oh, you silly, silly woman. I use it as a contour. I even told her that if she wanted to take it back and use it as a contour, she could always have her thing back before she gave it to me. And she said, no, too late. I already gave it to you. I'm not taking it back now. She's like, but that's good to know, I guess. I'm like, yeah. Then she said cream contour doesn't really work for her. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Oh, I want to try out this trick, but I don't know if it's going to work with green contour. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Now I just can't forget that it's sitting on that part of my face, or it could go really wrong. Okay. Going to blend out the contour. It's going to look a little crazy for just the first few little minutes, especially on the bottom part of my face, because I'm going to have to just add the tiniest bit of foundation probably. Yeah, I'll just add just a tiny bit, unless my face looks quite crazy. I'm really dragging it down my neck. No, it's fine. Okay, it's fine, because sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Cream contour is a little finicky for me sometimes, but I end up figuring it out. I always bring this down. Oh! Okay, sorry, my fiance just came in. Okay. He typically doesn't come in when I'm recording. He's cooking right now. He said that he didn't hear me talking, which means I'm not being loud for once in my life. Alright. It's gonna look a little crazy on my nose until I can, like, conceal my nose. Alright. Then, blend out this underneath my lip. Then, it's supposed to make that part of your lips look kind of like farther back without drawing the lines with like eyeliner. It's kind of it's more for cosplay, you know. It kind of gives effect just a little bit. Okay, duly noted. Alright. My favorite concealer in the entire world, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm going to just put a little bit right here and a few dots right there. Oh, let me actually stab the concealer, not myself. God, my cat scared the shit out of me. Alright, now I'm going to take and put a little bit on my chin right there, a little bit on my nose, up the bridge, and then the tiniest bit, like right here on my Cupid's bow. I look psychotic. Right, let me have my powder in my hand. Cat? No, you're not getting in the closet. She wants in the closet. She always wants in the closet. She's never allowed in the closet. There's nothing in the closet that she should even want. To be honest, I mean, there's nothing there for her. Now I take this part of my nose, I really just kind of tap on it and just like kind of try to keep it kind of central on my face. And then now my nose looks like how I wanted it to come out of a factory. Fake. And I'm going to tap my eyes out. I don't know, that's just the look I like for my nose. You don't have to like it. Because I do have like a button nose already, and I just like to really accentuate that. I'm going to continue to tap this out. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to powder, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to powder with this, the e.l.f. finishing powder again. I'm going to swirl in it a few times. I'm going to take and I'm going to tap the product on my under eye, so I want it some more. 45 minutes, starting now. I always powder the places I put concealer down first, then I will do underneath. And then I'll powder kind of right here too. And then I kind of just dust it on the rest of my face. I kind of just really focus where I put my cream products that I want to stay where I put them. Like my concealer and contour, I want them to stay in the places I obviously put them and blend them out to be in. So I set those first with a lot of powder, and then this I kind of just set with like minimal amount of powder. Just kind of, and I just continue to just dust it everywhere. Work it around, then I'll just tap if there's anything. There's a little pimple right there, but frick it. It's a pimple. Everyone gets some. Alright, now that I look like a ghost at the moment, I'm going to finish my eyes, and then we're going to work on the rest of my face, because that's all I want to do it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this brush right here. It's the Wet n Wild brush. It's just a brush. That's all it is. I'm going to touch up the brown on this side. It was looking a little patchy in the camera, just a tiny bit in the camera. It's not that bad in real life, but it was looking really freaking bad on the camera. That's so weird. Huh. Okay, now I'm going to grab the same brown again, and I'm going to tap that on the outer portion of my eye. And then I'm going to buff, like really buff it out. I want a super like dark under eye today kind of feel. Alright, now I'm going to take this brush right here and kind of just smooth that brown back out. Now do the same thing on the other side with this dark brown. Yikes. And then I'm going to buff the rest of this out. I want it super, yeah. That's what I would like. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Love You So Mochi palette. I'm going to take it on my finger, and I'm going to tap it like right down here. I'm going to like pack it on just right there kind of thing. And I'm going to take this brush again, and I'm just going to kind of dust a little bit of it away. Not too much. There we go. It's pretty grunge, I would say, but I don't mind that. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put blush on my face. I'm going to use this e.l.f. face blush palette. Who's surprised that it's e.l.f.? And I'm going to use the shade right down here. I think I'm going to tap it a little bit into this brown shade. Kind of just mix them just the tiniest bit. Just kind of go back and forth. Tap off the excess. And I'm going to make sure the pink is the shade I last tapped into. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to kind of start on the upper part of my cheek and kind of blend it in like this way. Not down, but in like a kind of like a check mark, you could say. Like a smooth, like a swoosh, like the Nike swoosh. You know? And continue the swoosh. Then we're going to add a little bit more of the powder. I will say something about this though. This palette has a lot of like kickback. This like face palette by e.l.f. I don't really like that too much personally when it comes to like my products. I don't like a lot of kickback because that's like the one issue I have with the ColourPop palette. But it is a really good formula, and that's kind of the reason I forgive it. Which the e.l.f. blush is not a bad formula. I just, for the same price, I can get other blushes. You know what I mean? Like I can, it's not like getting a palette of the quality of like ColourPop is, you know, there's not really palettes that are equal to that cost very often that are that good, while the blush I can find a good one for the same exact price, like kind of as this palette. Yeah, it's just one shade instead of a bunch, but you know, not most everyone wears a weird combination of blush every time they wear their makeup, or they don't use a shite ton of blush every time. They're like, oh, let me do a slight wash, and I'm like, I want to look like I'm constantly blushing and sunburnt all at the same time. You know, most people aren't like that. Most. There are some people that are some. I mean, half of TikTok is. They're obsessed with that. Alright. There's a little bit of a gap between where my contour and my blush is. So I'm just trying to kind of minimize that gap. There we go. Continue my swooshing. That's pretty much using that pattern, and now I'm going to take and hold my brush a little bit farther away. I am left-handed, so it's a little uncomfortable to do this, but I know I get a better blending if I do this. Alright, this shade is a little more blush than that side. Sure, see? A little bit more, and it's slightly lower. It's a little bit lower than I want to go, but I'm just, oh gosh, wrong colors. I used the wrong color combination. Just to dust it right there. But I don't know, that's just like the natural contour of my face, which is kind of what I follow. Then I'm just going to take all the excess and just all over my nose. And then when it's still not just enough, it's not the perfect amount, I'm going to go boop, 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 and really tap off the excess. Tap it on my hand a couple of times just to get as much as I can off, and then I'm going to just Alright, now it is time for highlighter. I'm using the Too Faced highlighter. I do not support this brand anymore. They done one too many shady things. Nikki's tutorial palette situation. I wasn't really into the beauty world when I bought this, but then later on when I came into it, people kept talking about the Nikki tutorials like palette and everything when it was like really big. Like they were talking about like when it was like the biggest drama known at that time, and that people were always a little afraid of her collaborations after that. Like the O for 1 went so well, but people are like, oh, it's a highlighter, but we can't trust when she comes out of the palette. And when the Beauty Bay palette came out, some people really started talking about it again. And I'm like, what? I knew, like, Too Faced had other things of, like, talking down to, like, trans people in general, which is, like, fucked up. And they're like, oh, we kicked her out of the company. It's like, but that's your sister. I'm sure you guys heard the same bullshit growing up. And you probably both think that way. I mean, you fucked Nikki Tutorials over. And you started talking shit about... They started talking shit about her. And they already fucked her over with that palette bullshit. I remember seeing that Nikki Tutorials palette in store. But I'm like, who the hell is Nikki Tutorials? And I just kind of forgot about it. And then, like, forever, like, later, and they're like, oh, yeah, this palette. I'm like, yeah, that was a thing. I saw it a couple of times in stores. Alright, I'm taking a little bit of the highlighter, and I'm just going to punch it into the center. Yeah, but they do a bunch of shady stuff, and you can get a highlighter that is the same exact for cheaper. The Wet n Wild Mega Glows, the Maybelline Master Chrome, are both really good highlighters. So, and they're cheaper than this. Packaging's cute, but that's like really the only redeeming quality of it. When I have highlighters are just the same, sometimes even better. Then they're cheaper. So, yeah. But now I'm going to do my eyebrows. So I'm going to go grab a Q-tip and just clean my eyebrows off as I normally do to get the powder and stuff off of it. I cleaned my eyebrows off. Yay. I'm going to take this little doodad. It's like an eyeliner brush from Essence of Beauty. I don't know. My mom had it and she didn't use her makeup anymore, so she gave it all to me. I'm taking shade Cedar out of my Mega Pro 4 palette. I cannot talk. I really like this palette. I'm hoping to use every shade eventually, and then really just, I don't know, be like, I feel, you know, I use an entire palette, and here's like really in depth and like all my thoughts, because I don't know, I remember a lot of makeup palettes. I do need to pluck my eyebrows already. I'll probably do that, as I said, tonight after I wash my face off. I will torture myself before I go to bed, because plucking my eyebrows is not fun. But waxing them doesn't work. But I will be waxing my upper lip today after I wash my face, because I'm going to have to put that oil on it and let it sit overnight. And I always do it on Tuesdays if I ever wax my upper lip, because then I have the next day off. So like my bright red sore lip, because my lip always like hurts a little bit after, and it's a little red. I mean, I just ripped it out, ripped a bunch of hairs out off of my face, and it even hurt when I got it like professionally done by somebody else. And we can't go to salons right now, so I'm just doing it on my own. All right, I'm going to take my Great Lashes, used to be clear mascara, and what I do every time is I just go around the entire brush, and I just really get all of it, most of it off of the brush, because I don't want a crap ton on it, because it doesn't look good when I do my brows like that. So I brush the first part up a little bit, and then I swoop it down. First part up a little bit and swoop it down. So I plan on, whenever it gets closer to the convention I'm going to be going to, I will be posting like actual makeup tutorials for like the characters like I'm doing and stuff, and I'm going to break down my cosplays of like, this is what I'm going to be wearing at Pensacon 2020, and like really breaking down all of them and like kind of reviewing them somewhat, you know? Alright, now that my brows are on, I'm going to, I haven't done this in a little while, I'm going to curl my lashes, because I just want to, because that's fine. 1, 2, 10. Always count to 10, that's what I do. The nicest eyelash curler I've ever had, and it's $1 from Dollar Tree. I'm using the Maybelline, not the anime character, Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express mascara. I have not used this mascara in forever, but it used to be my favorite. So let's hope it's still as good as I remember. This is a brand new bottle. So I'm getting at the very end of my lashes and I'm working it up. Oh God, this brush to get in the inner part is a little hard, I would say. I like it, yeah, but it makes my lashes look a little more natural, I would say, than the Lots of Lashes by Maybelline. I'm just really focusing. I'm sorry. Alright, I'll be back after my mascara is done. Okay, my mascara is now done. It's like, it looks super, let me see if you guys see it. It's like super natural. Like super duper natural. In like the way it looks. I don't really want to use any of my like false lashes right now because I'm trying to like not buy more just because like I want to save them for like cosplays and stuff like that. But now I'm going to do my lipstick and I don't know which one I want. I'm trying to decide between these two. I'm gonna try this. If I don't like it, I'll change it. It's the Sugar Rush Sugar Coat in shade Cupcake. It smells good too. I don't like it. I don't think it works with this one, personally. I'm just gonna take it off with this towel really quick. Now I'm going to grab this shade. It is Toffee Talk in from Wet n Wild, Liquid Catsuit. I love this mascara, this lipstick. I get compliments on it all the time. Alright. I'm just gonna pop a few times. It kind of just makes everything a little more seamless personally. Now I'm going to just take my bangs down, brush them out, brush my hair out, and just kind of fix myself up some. So I can take pictures. My hair's gonna look a little crazy, but thanks everyone for watching. Be good people, do plenty of good things, drink plenty of water, especially right now, because if you guys don't know, the numbers are spiking again. Wear your masks. For the love of God, just wear them. I don't give a shit about your political opinion about them. Science is not politics. Science, you don't get to have a right to say yes or no to science. Science is saying you get sick from it. Science is also saying there are psychological problems that are apparently forming from COVID. So please just wear your masks. I'm begging you. Just be good people, because it's not only for you, but it's for others around you. Because you don't know if someone, say they have COPD, they can't wear a mask because it messes with their breathing, and then you don't wear when you have it, you give it to them. You're also protecting other people. It's not for you. Same thing as vaccinations. So just please be good people. Please. And wearing your masks. It's not a bunch. typically you're only going to be somewhere you have to wear it for 30 minutes. 30 minutes in and out with a little piece of cloth over your face is not going to kill you, and it won't make whatever political person you pledge your fucking life to is not going to be upset with you. And if they are, they just want nothing but the worst for you. Anyways, follow me on Instagram at Valkyali. Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Valkyali. Again, Valkyali on everything. And also on my Twitter, Valkyali. I have not used my Twitter in forever, though. I need to log back into my Twitter. It's just downloading it. It's a lot of meh and getting on it. Yeah, but yay. So, be good people, do plenty of good things. See you later.